Caitlin Clark versus Sabrina Ionescu, 2 first overall draft picks, 2 stars considered one of the greatest collegiate players of all time, both now wearing a WNBA jersey and stepping out into the professional court together. Sabrina, a powerhouse, has showcased her dominance at Oregon, and Caitlin, a sensation in her own right, has wowed audiences at Iowa. The matchup is anticipated to be a thrilling face-off, with both athletes carrying impeccable records from college and high expectations into the WNBA. While Caitlin has been proving herself as a rookie, Sabrina is already making serious noise in the league. She's led the New York Liberty to the best 20-game start in franchise history. They're currently the #1 team in the WNBA. Tonight, it's a face-off of experience versus ambition, as Caitlin Clark will have to conquer her nerves and draw from her decorated college career to pose a real challenge to Sabrina Ionescu on the professional turf. Can she and her Indiana Fever take down the #1 team in the world? Let's see how it goes. Indiana Fever versus New York Liberty is about to tip off. The opening tip goes to the Liberty, as they start off aggressively. The reigning MVP, Breanna Stewart, sets the pick for Sabrina Ionescu, and she tries to deliver her the rock as they roll, but it's a kicked ball, and the Liberty inbounds from the sideline. Stewart misses a long 2, and the Fever is off to a quick start on the rebound. Clark takes the ball up the court and wastes no time initiating the offense. She calls for a screen, deftly maneuvers around it, and hoists a 3-pointer from the wing. Money. The Liberty turns the ball over on the other end, and Clark goes for another deep 3. She misses this time. The Liberty couldn't score either, as Sabrina misses the long ball too. Caitlin Clark drives to the hoop and scores. She got the first 5 points for the Fever as they go up 5-0 over the Liberty. Meanwhile, another miss from Sabrina, and Clark delivers it to Aaliyah Boston, who powers up for a 2-pointer. It's 7-0 now. The Liberty struggles to find a rhythm in the early going. Flowing shots seem hard to come by. Ionescu tries to draw the foul underneath the basket, but no call, and she couldn't score. On their next possession, though, Stewart goes to the free throw line. She makes one of 2 free throws to finally put the Liberty on the board. The Fever won't back up, though, as Aaliyah Boston crosses over her defender, spins, and scores to put Indiana up 10-1. New York takes time. Imagine that, the Liberty were able to score their first field goal almost 4 minutes into the first quarter, as Breanna Stewart put up a nice finger roll layup. Caitlin Clark wasn't wasting time, though. She hit her second 3-pointer, then came up with a steal. It was the 3rd turnover for New York already. And splash! Clark proceeded to hit another 3. Stewart came through for the Liberty next, with a nice finish under the rim. As Clark was on the bench, Fever couldn't score for over 2 minutes. She got back on with 8 seconds left in the first, but they turned it over to end the quarter on top of Liberty, 24-18. The second quarter started chaotically, as Clark drived to the hoop, but couldn't score. Damiris Dantes hits a 3, though, to extend the Fever's lead. On the other hand, Leonie Fibic converted for the Liberty with an easy reverse layup. But look at this, Caitlin Clark continued to cook as she scored this turnaround fadeaway jump shot. How tough is this? Clark then fouls on defense to get her first personal. Approaching midway through the second quarter, the competition heats up. Clark with a long 3 misses. The Liberty pushes the pace, but they turn it over once again. Nevertheless, the score remains tight. Sabrina with the driving layup for the lead misses, but she was able to come back 2 possessions later, connecting from beyond the arc. Finally, some life for the Liberty. Yet Clark was relentless. She kept dishing the ball to her teammates and making everyone around her better. Peep this nice bounce pass, and another one. What a nice chemistry between Clark and Boston. Aaliyah Boston stepped up on the defensive boards too. Here she grabs 1 and proceeds to score on the other end. Next up, Sabrina misses the 3, and the Fever were able to finish the first half 39-38, 1 point on top of the best team in the league. To start the second half, Kelsey Mitchell scores a bucket for the Fever as she gets open under the rim. But Sabrina kept fighting back for the Liberty. Here's her with the slick backdoor pass to Stewart. Here she drives, finds Cutting Hamilton, who was able to finish with a strong layup. Here, Ionescu off the Stewart screen for 2. And here, Sabrina sprints for the largest lead for the Liberty. They were up by 4 at this point. Caitlin Clark would not give it up, though. Check out this sharp pass to Smith, who instantly drops it in for 2. The Fever are catching up. Stewart misses. Clark the rebound, and Clark delivers it in transition to Boston, who puts it up and in. Sabrina continued to push the tempo. Here's her with the floater. Smooth. Then she forces a turnover and hits a 3 for the largest lead of the game. Man, at that point, it looked like the Liberty had found their rhythm and were starting to take control of the game. New York finished the third quarter on top, 62-55, but you know how Caitlin Clark is. She just won't give up. Stay tuned to learn what unfolded in the fourth. Aaliyah Boston sends the message to start the quarter as she swats away Kennedy Burke's layup attempt with authority. Clark was able to come up with her 8th board, and she pushed the tempo right after. In a quick drive, Clark takes it coast to coast as she skillfully sidesteps the defense and gets a layup to go. Caitlin Clark was just doing it all for the Fever. And peep this historical moment. She grabs the board, it's her 10th at this point, to get the first triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. Incredible! The job was not done yet though. The Fever was still down by 9. Clark skillfully maneuvers around the defense and finds Damaris Dantes, who hits a mid-range jumper. Next up, Sabrina was penetrating. Tough shot. She thought she got fouled too, and got frustrated, so she got a tech. Clark knocks down a tech free throw. Indiana trying to stay in the game, Clark attempts a wild step-back 3, but misses it. Then, on this possession, they couldn't execute. Clark kept cooking, but didn't take a shot with 4 seconds left. Shot clock violation for Indiana. But Caitlin kept fighting and pushing against the odds and managed to get a big bucket, just under 3 minutes, and won. She hits the free throw too, and it's just a 3-point game. As Sabrina misses, Clark delivers it to Mitchell, who hits a 3. We're tied at 75 with 2 minutes and 30 to go. The place goes nuts. It was a 7-0 run for the Fever. The Liberty got possession again, but couldn't convert. In a crucial play, they lose the ball. Another turnover. It's tense. They were fighting though, as Sabrina channeled Steph Curry on this one. Look how deep this three-pointer is. She steps up big time and nails a shot from way beyond the arc to cut their deficit to 1 point with just over 1 minute to go. But that's just not enough, as the Liberty got this stupid backcourt violation with 19.7 seconds left. I mean, how can you dribble off your foot in such a critical part of the game? Bad timing for the Liberty indeed. After that pivotal slip-up, Fever took over with a chance to win the game in the dying seconds. Some late fouls, some free throws, and the game was hanging in the balance. It was a 2-possession game anyway, and Indiana had control. Thanks to a couple of crucial free throws, they extended their lead. To end it all, Liberty misses the 3, Clark the rebound, and Fever wins it 83-78 against the Liberty. What a game! Talk about a nail-biting thriller! The Fever held on to their lead in the closing moments, and when it was all said and done, they managed to claim a fantastic 5-point victory. Caitlin Clark was undoubtedly the star of the show, displaying resilience, skill, and basketball IQ that successfully led her team to triumph over the Liberty. This is indeed a game for the books, an iconic display of heart and determination. And Caitlin Clark surely closed the day with glory. She finished with 19 points, 13 assists, and 12 rebounds to set the WNBA record for a rookie triple-double. Most importantly, she was able to lead the Fever to a resounding victory against the best team in the league. And her rivalry with Sabrina? Caitlin certainly proved she can hold her own.